What is up? I am Crypto Mason, and welcome back to the Crypto Mason YouTube channel. Shout out to the Gold Squad. We look for gold in every single aspect of our lives, and we always find it. Now today, obviously there is massive chaos in the market, but on this channel, chaos is what we do. We've been through many chaotic things. I want to do a little congratulations if you're still here and you still have money in the market and out of the market, because if you've been here for the past 12 months, I mean, you've been through some of the worst ever crashes and failures in crypto history, right? We have never seen a top 100 coin go to zero like Luna did, and you guys have made it through that, and now we are experiencing more crumbling right now. So in this video, obviously, you know, we can't do a market update video without talking about what's going to happen and what is happening with USDC and Circle and that whole situation. We will also cover my in-depth thoughts on what happened with HBAR, because HBAR, you know, had an exploit. It was hacked, essentially. And, you know, liquidity pool tokens were stolen, and they did some controversial things. So we will talk about that nearing the end of the video. Also, I'm just going to give you an update on what I'm thinking and where the market is going. The first thing that you need to do, though, is to make sure that you are in the Gold Squad Discord right here. We have 18,800 members. We're approaching that 20,000 members. Should we do a giveaway at the 20,000 member mark? Let me know in the comments. But join this. This is a 24/7 support group, right? This Discord is on fire right now because everyone is worried about what's going to happen. We're going to calm some of that fear today for you. Let's first take a look at where the market actually is. Where do you think we are, right? We've been tracking this $1 trillion level for literally like 5 months on this channel. It's very easy to know what's going to happen. When you just look at the total crypto market cap. Look at what's happening right now. So all my circles here on this trading view chart that we've been tracking, let's see, since, you know, in 2022, I think we've been tracking this. I love the $1 trillion level. It's my favorite to watch because it's just so obvious, right? Right now, the entire sentiment is that we're in a bear market. It is known that we are in a bear market. This is not a bull market. Bad things are happening. Every coin is down like 80% or 90% from their all-time high. This is not a bull market. We have brief periods like this one right here where we go and we pump up, right? And those are not bull markets. Those are just you know, we're just pumping. That's it. The market goes up and down. That's what it does. But, you know, everyone starts to flip and call it a bull market when they see anything start going back up. So take a look at this, okay? Back in July 2022, we pumped above 1 trillion, and what happened? We came right back down, right? And this is after the top. The top of this entire market was 2021 in November when I made my last portfolio update. By the way, I will be doing portfolio updates for the VIPs in the Gold Squad Discord. If you want to join that and get in early, you can get in if you're in the Discord. Just ask, how do I join VIP? So every single time you can look at all of these little circles I have, and now we can even circle another one because it's happening again. We do not last long above 1 trillion. And now we're coming back down. Now watch, I can basically predict what's going to happen, right? There's two options, right? And it's not, I'm not going to say it's going to go up or down because that would be funny, but that is not what I'm saying here. I am saying we're done with the 1 trillion now. Okay, we're done with toying with that level. In the past 2 daily market updates, or not daily, but the past 2 market updates, I showed you that we were at the $1 trillion level, hanging on for dear life, and now we are pumping down. Now watch this. We're probably going to go down here. Okay, in my opinion, we're probably going to continue to go down if bad things continue to happen. If USDC recovers, we're going to talk about the USDC situation. I see us, you know, hanging on to 850 to 90 billion in there. Now, as for the Bitcoin price, you know, 20,000, we did dip below 19,000. The thing here is a lot of this USDC stuff is happening because of the Silicon Valley Bank, right? That's one of the main causes. And when we see banks fail on a mainstream level, or if we see just anything wrong with traditional finance in general, it is the biggest marketing campaign for crypto ever. Every time, right? One of the biggest ones that I remember recently was Justin Trudeau's dumbass freezing the trucker rallies funds. He was freezing their bank accounts, right? Just at will, just freezing everyone's bank accounts for that trucker or whatever rally that was happening. Every time something happens like that, it just demonstrates why we need crypto even more and decentralized finance even more. So, if traditional finance continues to crumble, I'm not cheering because people are getting hurt very badly in this. I'm not cheering. However, I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it because we have better systems built over here in the crypto world, and people just need to wake up and use them. So let's get into the USDC situation and the USDT we're going to talk about, and we're going to talk about just stablecoins in general. We have an investor that shelled out $2 million to receive 5 cents trying to evade the crash. Okay, this dude paid $2 million to receive 5 cents of USDT. This is absolutely proven on the blockchain. This is not fake or anything. People are getting absolutely wrecked in this. Now let's take a look at USDC. Where are we sitting right now? 97 cents basically. One tip right here is to watch the Chainlink data feeds. Okay, Chainlink is like directly, it is an oracle directly connected to these blockchains, and it does have data feeds right here pulling live data every second from the oracles. And you can see USDC against USD on the Polygon mainnet. If we refresh this, right, the trusted answer is going to be 96.6. So still at 96 cents. If we go to Tether, though, Tether, has been pumping. Tether has been pumping like crazy. Let's go to the 3-month chart on Tether, man. This is the next up-and-coming 1000x altcoin right here. This is the gem that you've been looking for, USDT, okay? This thing is going to the moon. USDT, it's at $1.01. Okay, I'm cheering for USDT to get to $5. All of that is jokes, by the way. It's just funny to see, stable coins pumping and dumping. That shouldn't happen, right? So Tether is doing good, though. Now let's talk about a little bit about Tether versus USDT. So if you guys are like avid watchers of my channel, and if you're in the Discord, if you've been in my Telegram channel, my Instagram, my Twitter, my TikTok, everything, you know that I've never cared to hold money in USDT. I've never been scared of USDT. And that is because USDT is the China stablecoin, right? USDT is iFinex, right? Let's go to this, iFinex. Okay, USDT is iFinex, and it is basically a Chinese company. And they're saying, Bitfinex is registered and operated in the British Virgin Islands. But if you look into this, it's essentially backed by China. And you can see, I've never cared. I've never cared. People ask me, what stablecoin should you put your money in? I would always say just USDT or USDC, right? I don't care to hold it in one or the other. And if you are holding a lot of money in USDC, my bet is kind of to maybe hold on to it. This doesn't look like it's going to be extremely disastrous. Like, I don't think USDC is going to go to zero. They're better than that. I don't think it will go to zero at all. I think they are prepared. And we're going to get into the update that Circle just put out. But here is Ari. He says, for those comparing USDC and UST, so will it go to zero, basically? Circle has 30 billion in liquid treasuries available on Monday. The hole is minimal. It's probably under 300 million. So they have a $300 million hole. That's what we're really dealing with. That is nothing. Okay, that is nothing for them. Redemption is still active, but you got to wait until Monday. So what does that mean? This whole time, I don't think that Circle has disabled redemption, which means, you know, 1 USDC is still redeemable for 1 real US dollar, okay? They haven't disabled that, which means they're confident in their assets. They know that they can actually do it, and they don't have to gate off those redemptions. So you do have to wait until Monday, though, because this is the bullshit of it all. They are dependent on the U.S. banking industry. Okay, and we'll get into that in a little bit here. But they're following the schedule of the U.S. banks, which is just absolutely horrible, in my opinion. This guy also says USDC is a prime candidate to become CBDC. Interesting. Okay, interesting take there. Now let's keep it going. We have Huff right here. This is the main thread that we did send out in our Discord explaining the situation. So basically, Circle put their, foolishly, he says, put 8.25% of its reserves into a niche bank. So a niche bank meaning like a smaller, like specialized bank. Now they don't have access to those funds as SBV is technically insolvent. SBV doesn't have enough cash or assets on hand to honor all requests for USD. Okay? There's many talks of SVB being bought out. Elon said he's open to buying it and making it a digital bank. There's many different players potentially about to buy out SVB. You know, and this guy basically says the trade is long USDC. So he's bullish on USDC to get back only if you believe that they will gate redemptions or a bank will buy out SBV soon, or you are happy to hold for a number of weeks to realize the theoretical value of the T-bills. Now, what the heck is a T-bill, right? This is the bullshit of it all. This is why we can't have nice things. We can't have a working, good stablecoin. You know why? Because of greed and power-hungry idiots running shit, okay? And because of the traditional finance system screwing it all up and infecting it with greed and power, okay? All of these stable coins, all like they're juicing on I think it's 4 or 5% on these T-bills. So they're making tons of money on T-bills, which are US Treasury bills. Now look at this. This is the USDC reserve, right? They say USDC is 100% collateralized with a combination of cash and US Treasuries. A combination of cash and US Treasuries. We need to build something that's entirely backed by just cash, okay? Even if it has to start out small, let's make that. Let's back it 1-to-1 with actual cash, not US Treasury bills, okay? And, you know, they talk about what U.S. Treasury bills are. They're the most liquid assets in the world, are direct obligations of the U.S. government. The reserves are held in custody by BNY Mellon and managed by BlackRock. Okay, so we see who's playing the game right here. They have only 9.7 billion in cash, okay, and 3.3 billion of that is at SVB. So this is their latest update. Jeremy Allaire just tweeted this out. I was waiting for him to tweet this, or tweet something at least, and just not and break his silence. And this is the update we got. Now, you know, Bitcoin maxis are freaking out about this, you know, using it as the best proof of why we need Bitcoin ever. Max Kaiser says Tether is the only legitimate 100% backed, non-leveraged synthetic US dollar product available. He says USDC has always been a toxic, charlatan scam that's predictably collapsing. Are you kidding me? Okay, I don't necessarily disagree or agree with this. Okay, Tether, you know, I'm fine with Tether, but he's defending Tether because we know that if Tether crashes, Bitcoin is going to zero. Okay, Tether props up Bitcoin like crazy because the constant printing of Tether is, you know, propping up Bitcoin a lot. And oh yeah, this is proof that Jeremy Allaire did tweet out that thing. But you know, Bitcoin maxis have no idea how stable coins even work. and they excuse Tether from all criticism. Now, Tether's doing the best out of any of these. Okay, so why are people scared of Tether? Okay, Tether has never even had any problems, basically. Now, I don't believe USDC is a scam at all. I think it's an attempt to build the best stablecoin out there. But let's move into the deeper problem of why some of this stuff is happening. Okay, the banking system, and then we'll get into Hedera at the end here. The banking system is collapsing in order to be replaced. Now, this is something we've been yelling from the tops of the mountains for years. Okay, as an XRP holder, this is one of the basic foundations of your argument, is that the banking system is outdated and is going to collapse and be replaced with new technology. And that is what's going to happen, in my opinion. And it's happening right now. We just had the second biggest bank failure ever in the United States. Now, Ripple can save a lot of this. XRP can be the savior for a lot of this. Coach JV right here replied to me. He said, nailed it. Problem, reaction, solution. Whoever creates the problem is the same person waiting with the solution. This is the exact thing they always use. Okay, now we're going to talk about a little bit more about that right now. This is the elite philosophy, and it's an elite mindset strategy. Okay, they create the problem and they present the solution. So stable coins, this is my tweet now, my straight up opinion. Stable coins will continue to fail as proof. Now those quotation marks are key on that proof. Stable coins will continue to fail as proof for why we need a CBDC. So here I'm saying, and then I say, it's obvious stablecoins actually make the US dollar useful and updated. It is way easier to send globally and instantly with a stablecoin than the real US dollar, way less hurdles. This is a problem in their eyes, and they want to make them fail until people are wanting this CBDC. So essentially what they're going to do is they're going to attack every single CBDC that we make, every single stablecoin that we make, especially the decentralized ones. Okay, they're going to attack all of that, and then they position themselves as the solution with a safe CBDC that we all now want because we've been wrecked so many times in our stablecoins. That's what they're trying to do, in my opinion. Okay, that is what they're trying to do because it is a problem. So basically, if I want to send $10,000 in the real US dollar to somebody right now, do you know how many hurdles there is? It is not easy to just send 10K USD with a wire transfer. It's a big process, right? Your bank might stop it. They might freeze the funds. Your recipient might not get his funds for a week. You have to pay $40 in fees or $100 in fees. It's just bullshit. And the USDC and USDT make this process easy. Right now, I can go and send infinite. I could send, if I had $1 billion, I could send $1 billion. As long as the exchange, if I had it on a ledger, that's okay. But, most exchanges, if you have $1 billion in USDC or a high number in stablecoin on an exchange, they're going to have withdrawal limits because they're a centralized exchange. But if you have $2 billion sitting in your MetaMask or $1 billion in stablecoin, I can send that anywhere in the world with 0 hurdles. 0. The only hurdle will be like a $50 ETH fee. And you could compare that to a wire transfer fee. You're right. However, if you just send it over the Tron network or the Stellar network or the HBAR network, you will have no fees. So enough of the CBDC and stablecoin talk. This is necessary stuff that needs to happen, right? I always say it. What needs to crumble will crumble. In a bear market, what needs to crumble crumbles, and the strong projects and companies survive. Now let's talk about what happened with Hedera. Speaking of a strong company and strong project, in my opinion, the Hedera mainnet is back online. Okay, or sorry, I can't say that. Is now accessible because the Hedera mainnet never turned off. It never went offline. They never shut it down. They can't do that, right? They never shut it down. What they did shut down were the proxies, which means IP addresses can't access the mainnet. So nobody could access it, but now it is accessible. So basically what happened is there was an exploit, and the attacker targeted liquidity pools, and they stole a bunch of liquidity tokens, and they were caught as they were trying to transfer the liquidity tokens over the Hashport bridge. So essentially, Hedera took fast action, and they shut down the proxies so that the attacker could not steal more tokens. Okay, so this does not help the centralization argument here. But the reason the proxies are in place, they've been in place since May 4 of 2020. And the reason these proxies are there is because Hedera Hashgraph is still a very young network. And as they progress towards decentralization and permissionless nodes, they need this in place in case of attacks like this. Excuse me. Now, in my opinion, HBAR handled this absolutely flawlessly, right? We're below 6 cents right now, but excuse me, most projects dump like 40% or 70% when there's an exploit, and we made a very swift recovery. You can see we only dumped to 5.4 right there. Absolutely crazy stuff happening. I'm still bullish on Hedera, and I think you guys should be too. They handled this very well. But that is really all we've got for today. Make sure that you do go and join the Gold Squad Discord. I love every single one of you. Drop a like and comment on the video, and goodbye.